Yo, what's going on guys, Max here helping you guys level up your game, and in this video I'll be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to get better at box fights in Fortnite on a console. So stay tuned and make sure you watch the video until the very end to find out the most important thing that will help you get better at box fights fast. So without any further ado guys, let's jump straight into the video. So the two mechanics that really determines how good you will be at box fights are editing and accuracy, or aim, or whatever you guys might want to call that. So aim is probably going to be the harder mechanic for you guys to train, because I know that a lot of console players are just casuals most of the time, and play on TVs which do have a lot of input delay depending on which TV you do actually have. So I do suggest getting a monitor if you guys want to get the best results out of this. But if you don't have a monitor, then it will still be possible for you guys to train both aim and editing, which are the two main mechanics, as I've said before. Editing is probably going to be the thing that you're going to have to practice the most, because it's a mechanic that is exclusive to Fortnite compared to aiming, which is obviously part of every shooter game, and I'm pretty sure a bunch of you guys have played shooter games before, and that is probably the reason why you got into Fortnite in the first place. But anyways, those as I've said are the priorities that you guys should set to start training. Aim just comes with practice. There's aim courses out there that will help you improve your aim, but I never really focused too much on that myself, and my aim is pretty good, I'd say. I played a lot of pubs to get my aim on, and you guys want to warm up if you want to get the best out of your box fights as well. And with editing, I do actually suggest doing a couple of edit courses. But I have to say that I do get bored of edit courses pretty easily, and the thing that I found works, wonders if you want to train your editing, is just building a lot of ramps and walls in front of you and editing through those. And I don't know, that's just something that from personal experience that I've found to be working really well. Some of you guys may struggle with editing downwards, and there's a bunch of courses for that. I mean, the ramps and flats on top of each other, just stacked up in like 20 layers in a 1x1, have been popularized so much that they are pretty much in every single edit course now. So I'm sure you guys shouldn't have trouble finding a decent one that suits you. But anyways, moving on from that, I quickly just want to cover why box fights are pretty much part of the meta, and basically why you should practice them. And that is because it pretty much minimizes the chances of you getting third partied. And box fighting is also done with shotguns, which are unlike all the other weapons in Fortnite, because shotguns don't actually have bullet RNG, and are therefore some of the more reliable weapons in Fortnite. And that is the reason box fights are just so important. And you may not actually notice how many times you actually box up in game and fight it out, in a box fight sort of style, because it's just such a common part of the game nowadays, and a lot of people are really good at box fights. So that's why you guys should just keep up with the meta and do your best. But anyways, the next step I'm going to be covering is something that relates to comp. So if you're looking into competitive Fortnite and you want to participate in some of the tournaments or cash cups, you gotta focus box fighting to your game mode, basically, if that makes any sense. So if you want to play the solo cash cups and you want to win those, or just go for high placement on those, then practice 1v1 box fights, and you basically get the point. If you're looking into a duos tournament, then practice 2v2 box fights to build up chemistry between you and your teammate, and just practice your mechanics together, basically, so that you're both getting online, you're getting warmed up and stuff, and you're getting ready for the tournament. The next step is going to be basically the most console related tip in this video, in my opinion, and this is practice your window edits. Oh boy, is console Fortnite inconsistent, and it's literally so hard to pull off edits that require to highlight more than one or two tiles. So don't waste too much time practicing your like wall edits that you see your pro players doing and stuff, and pretty much anyone. But don't only do that, also practice your window edits, because they're gonna come in very handy, and you're definitely gonna be using them in game. So yeah, PC is literally the difference in this sort of situation, because if you go out of your way and get yourself a PC, then you're gonna have a better time. But if you are sticking to console Fortnite, then as I've said, I recommend you guys really get your window edits on point, because those are they're gonna be very useful. Another thing I suggest you guys do to improve your box fights isn't necessarily going to be related to your gameplay in this case, but it is going to be to watch pros play box fights. And a pro that is actually very dominant in box fights, especially at this time, is Clicks, and he was actually one of the first people to really master box fights, and that's what made him such a dominant player back in seasons 8, 9 and 10. I'm not saying he's a bad player now, I'm just saying that those times were basically when he was ahead of the meta, he was ahead of the game, and I still think he's a great person to watch if you're trying to improve your gameplay. And the final tip in this video that will pretty much help you guys improve your box fighting skills at the fastest rate is by playing smart and actually sticking to your strengths in game. If you know you have good aim, then don't try and just to rush in with edits and builds, and if that's not your area, then don't try and force plays, because if you don't, if you're not the greatest at editing but you have god aim, then let people push you, because your aim will basically let you keep up with your opponent, and it will let you eliminate them much easier. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're actually playing box fights, and yeah, you should be good. But anyways, I hope this video has helped you, and if that is the case, then make sure to let me know by leaving a like and a comment. Any video suggestions down in the comments that you guys have for me, make sure to leave them down below. And yeah, if you would like to support me and the channel, then make sure you use the code MaxGamer7 in the item store. It will grant me a percentage of the money spent when you buy something in the store, and any and all purchases are really appreciated. But anyways guys, I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on to never miss another tutorial from me ever again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.